So here we are, October 21st, 2022. It's about 3:15, getting a little bit later start than we thought. We are at the Long Gulch Trailhead, which is at the intersection of segments 4 and 5 of the Colorado Trail. We're going to be doing section 4, which is 16.1 miles, I guess, depending on which maps you're going to look at. So we're going to do an out and back for a little over 32 miles today. We've got about 2 miles and an 800-foot elevation gain to start off, and then we're gonna try to make it as far as we can, hopefully about 8 miles today. The rest of it will be downhill after that, and then tomorrow we'll have about a 2,400-foot drop to start the morning off, and then we're gonna obviously come back that way, so that'll be over roughly about 13 miles. We're gonna try to get about 16 in, I think, tomorrow, give or take, and then we'll wind up here on Sunday. But absolutely gorgeous weather, 57 degrees, nice cool breeze, beautiful sunshine. The only thing is the leaves are completely off the trees now, so no colors right now, but that's nothing to complain about. This is going to be absolutely beautiful. So without me wrapping my gums here a little bit, I'm going to head on down the trail. See you down here. Looking back from the direction we just came and looking all the way at the end, that's where we entered into the valley here, and making our way. We still got a long way to go, but this has been absolutely gorgeous. And 2 years ago, right here, this is where we made camp when we did a winter shakedown hike. I'll probably put a link down in the description from that video if you're interested in looking at it, but just as beautiful as last time, except we don't have snow slated for tomorrow. Well, hopefully you can see me in here. It's about 8 o'clock, and we did about 7.5 miles today to get here. We rolled in just before 7 and had dinner, set up our camp, and pretty much did everything that we needed to do, except I got to filter some water in the morning. Today, the first 2 miles probably were through mostly the woods, but that was awesome to me. We walked through these aspen groves, and the dead leaves on the ground, you know, that smell of those leaves was just intoxicating. And then we opened up into this big giant meadow type of thing, valley. It's called Long Gulch, and you know, walking through that for several hours, and it was really easy terrain, so you kind of can just kind of lose yourself in the hiking. So really good day to be out here. You know, of course I'm tired. I've been up since wee hours of yesterday. So, but tomorrow I think we're going to try to push as many miles as we can, get out of here by 6:30 in the morning. We got a little climb, I think about 400 or 500 feet over 2 miles, and then we'll drop down another 6.5 miles down to the trailhead for the intersection of section 4 and 3 before turning around and heading back. Anyway, date number 1. See you tomorrow. Well, good morning. It is cold. It's about 7:15, and wow, learned a couple of valuable lessons last night. I have the Sea to Summit Etherlite XT. It's the summer version, and I bought it because it was a nice 4-inch pad, but it had a rating, a very low R rating, and I found out last night why. I didn't think it would be that bad, especially since it was probably like in the 50s, almost 60s yesterday, and probably, well, it's below freezing right now. So, but I could actually feel the ground through the sleeping pad last night. So I had my base layer on, I had my puffy jacket on, I had my goose feet down socks on along with my winter socks, and I could still feel it a little bit. So note to self is next time bring my either my Z-Rest to put underneath it, because all I had underneath it last night was the Gossamer Gear, that little 1/8-inch foam pad. And so I said, lesson learned. But anyway, I think we're going to try to make just as many miles as we can today. About 24.5 miles total left in the trip, and I think we'll probably try to get back close to here tonight. So anyway, we got about 2 miles, 400-foot elevation gain, and then about a 5-mile, 2,400-foot elevation loss to get to the intersection of section 3 and 4. Anyway, time to roll. First wildlife I've seen the entire day, and not the dog. And not the dog.
What about me?
So it's just after 11, and we made it to the Rolling Creek Trailhead, which is the intersection of Colorado Trail segment 3 and 4. It took us about 4 hours to get here. The first 2 miles, nice gradual meandering trail through the woods there. A couple more views of the meadows out there, but once you crest over the top, it's basically single track for 2 miles with a pretty good descent. Then after that 2 miles, you get to an old forest or old logging road of some sort, and that is pretty much what we got all the way down to the parking lot here, with the exception of maybe a half mile of single track not too far back. But great, just a great day. Started out really cold, but now you can see I'm down into my normal clothes, and you know what? I enjoyed that so much. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do it again. So let's head backwards. Well, once again, I am shooting my last video from day 2 in my tent. It's pretty darn cold outside right now already, and I've already got my goose feet down, socks on, and I'm about ready to throw on my bottoms for my rain suit. I've already got my base layer, all my clothes, my puffy jacket on, obviously my hat, gloves. It's gonna be cold, but anyway, today 18.5 miles. It was a long one, and beautiful, actually. Great hiking weather, you know, probably like in the 50s, but just beautiful scenery and everything. Not a lot to show. I was going to go ahead and do a video kind of coming back to the direction, but one coming through the green tunnel for the most part without really those big spectacular views. I decided against it, plus I was really tired. And 2, we wound up saving a dog today. It followed us for like about 1.5 miles when we started off from the intersection between segments 3 and 4, and we finally got a hold. We had some cell signal. We called the owner and took it back down to that intersection there. Hopefully it is going to get back with its owner. We did leave it with a nice couple that was going to stay there. So anyway, tomorrow we have about 7.5 miles to get out. Should be to that beautiful Long Gulch meadow, and then the final descent into our car, and hopefully a hamburger. Good night for night number 2. Well, good morning. It is day number 3, and we've got about 7.5 miles until we get to the vehicle. It is pretty darn chilly. I have got every article of clothing that I could possibly put on right now. But we were greeted with this gorgeous sunrise. I don't know if you can see most of it behind me, but there is a pink morning glow all around us. So I think it's about 5.5 miles back through Long Gulch, which should be pretty beautiful. And then about a 2-mile descent over 800 feet down to the car. And that'll be a wrap. So gonna get moving and see if I can warm up a little bit. Stopped to take off my first layer there, and it started to flurry. Wonder how long this is gonna last. I can't tell for sure, but right there directly in the center of the screen, that looks like a moose. Possibly. Neither one of us have young person eyes and can't really tell, but it kind of looks like it. That's as far as I can zoom in, unfortunately.
That's probably the last of winter like that.
So how cool is that? We just got to see a giant bull moose. And strangely enough, 2 years ago, when we did our winter shakedown hike, we saw 3, and one of those had a limp. This one had a very evident limp as well. So I could only assume it's the same one. And 2 years, almost to the day, it's still out here making it on probably a broken leg of some sort. So, but wow, that was cool. That 20 seconds, 30 seconds was just, I don't know, it just kind of made my whole morning. I'm not sure if the cold kind of motivated us. As you can see, it's coming down pretty good now. But we made it back in 3 hours at 7.5 miles. I don't feel like we were cruising too bad, but it was definitely motivating as the snow started coming down and getting in your eyes a little bit, at least mine. The highlight of today obviously was seeing that moose. That was just amazing. Probably the highlight of my trip, to be honest with you. But the whole weekend, amazing. This, still fun. So until next time, guys, get out and enjoy some nature. Get out and hike. Take care.